You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnnie.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 163.
163. I am Rico Targaryen this week.
Rico Targaryen. I love it. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated, the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the Podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. And if you want to follow us individually, I am the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm JON2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. And follow us on TikTok, Oversaturated the Podcast. We are on TikTok. Holla at us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Oh, Ralph.
It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope pod to step to.
Oh, man. It feels good to be back, man.
Yeah,
it feels real good to be back. We were on a bit of a hiatus. Just had some vacation travels, and happy belated anniversary to you and Anna. We just had some things going on. I was under the weather last week, but we back at it, baby.
Yes.
We back at it. We here. Ralph, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great. I hated to, miss the pods, but, it did feel good to kind of be rejuvenated in a way to just kind of, get a chance to reset. I'm still looking at, what's going on out there in the podcast and streets and the pop culture streets and the entertainment streets, all that, the music streets, all everything.
All the streets.
And never stop looking at all that stuff. But, yeah, like Johnnie said, me and my wife celebrated our second anniversary. So, yeah. Black love, but
Word.
She know what it is. It ain't like I ain't gotta get into no spill. Like you know what it is. 2 years, baby.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. I love it, man. Listen, man, I've been on somewhat of, I guess, a traveling binge kind of. You know, I went to homecoming. Shout out to Alabama A&M. Homecoming, which was at this point, it might have been 3 or 4 weeks ago. But no, man, it was great. It was great being back on A&M campus. Like, I hadn't been back since, I think, 2012. So just being on campus and, like, just seeing where I kind of grew into the person I am today, and just all of those nostalgic feelings. Like, that was 4 years of my life. Like, 4 of the most important years of my life were spent on that campus. So just being able to be back there and just seeing, like, oh, I remember I did this here and I did that there, and seeing this brand new tennis courts out there. It was great, man. And then seeing all my friends too, it was a beautiful thing. And then, man, for real. I love it. I can't wait. Like, I can't let 10 years go by before I go back. Like, I feel like being there made me feel like I need to go like every 3 or so years now, just to get that feeling back. Like, I feel rejuvenated after coming back from that. That's man. Like, it was great. Man.
I'm trying to think last time I was there. I think 2015.
Yeah.
Somewhere from there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm overdue myself. So I'll it's tough, man. It's tough when, anniversary is so close. I'm like, hey,
right.
He'll spend his anniversary in Huntsville, my boy.
Right. No, but I feel you. Hey, what you want to do? What you want to do?
You want to do this? You want to do this? All right, we go to Huntsville.
That's funny. Oh, man. But then went on vacation. Went to Jamaica. Listen, man. Beautiful, beautiful country. Beautiful right? Probably the most relaxing vacation I've been on. Yeah. Probably ever. So no, that was dope. I ate an ignorant amount of jerk chicken.
Well, bro, vacation, you owe nobody an apology for your behavior.
Listen, bro, that shit was crazy. I'm talking about at least 4 plates a day, at least minimum.
That's how it's
and
supposed to be.
it was great. It was great. So yeah, I got a chance to relax.
Like you got a chance to refuel in 2 different spaces.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. So it was great, man. Came back, hit the ground running, then got sick. And now we here. Now we here, baby. So again, man, it's good to be back. So we here, baby.
Oh yeah, man. That was definitely, you know, our time and our space, but you know, we back ready to pod. But what we got off the dome?
Off the dome.
I got one for you.
All right,
I
let's
think
do
you
it.
like this, right?
Okay.
Did you know that Leonardo DiCaprio had like not took roles from Christian Bale, but it's just like he was picked for roles over Christian Bale?
I did not know that, but it makes sense.
Okay, 5 times, right?
Oh, damn. Okay.
Both are Hollywood A-listers, right?
Right.
But I think I respect Leonardo's acting chops a little bit more. And, I mean, it's like apples and oranges to certain people with that. But
right.
I'm not gonna give you like the movies he was in and go replace him now.
I got you.
Would you, like, personally, if you were Christian Bale, would you have like resentment for somebody like that? That kind of like they kept picking him over me, but still I have a successful lane of my own. Christian Bale is Batman to most people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is true. Shit, I'm one of them.
you know
So
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So what, like, if you were in that position, you know what I'm just saying, not necessarily Christian Bale, but if you were in that position and you still ascended to the best part of your profession, but you seen this person get all the love.
Yeah.
I should have had more roles, but you took them. Or I should have had this.
Because it was 5 roles, I would say yeah. Like, now if it was 1 or 2, I'd be like, all right, cool. But it's 5.
But it depends on the 5 though. Like, that's the thing. I don't know the 5, but I know Titanic was one of them. So if Titanic was one of them, I probably would have a problem with that. Because despite how me, you, and the people that are listening may feel, Titanic is one of the best films ever made from a film standpoint and grossing of money.
Oh
right?
yeah,
So,
right.
2 things, twofold.
Hey man, yes. If I was in that position where somebody beat me off of 5 roles and I see they have a different type of career, yes, I'm 100% upset. Okay. Like, I can't even lie about it. and I understand, like, I'm Batman, but nah, it's different.
Yeah, I think not smoke, but you know, I'm like you know, you see him at the Hollywood.
What's up? Cool.
Right.
Now I look at it like this: would you rather have Leonardo DiCaprio's career, or would you rather have been Batman in one of the best Batman franchises?
I'd still rather be Leo's.
Yeah, I think I'm rocking with that.
I still rather be Leo. At the end of all that,
that's what I'm saying. Yep. Yeah. I'm with the smoke. I'm with the smoke. No, that's what's up. No, that was dope. All right, so for my off the dome, right? We're in that rare part of the year where all 3 major sports in the United States are happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Basketball, football, and hockey, right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask you, like, what do you think is like the coldest jersey that you've seen, past or present, from any sports, any sport?
I'm gonna go cheat code. I'm gonna just say this: hometown boy, St. Louis, you know, raised in the area. The blue and the Ozzie blue joint, the Ozzie Smith blue.
Cardinals jersey.
I'm
not mad at it.
Iconic.
Excuse me. I'm not mad at it. That's fire. So the last, I would say, 3 or 4 years, hockey expanded their teams, and Las Vegas has a team now called the Golden Knights. Mm-hmm. The Golden Knights hockey jersey is probably one of the best sports jerseys I've seen, like, ever. Like, that hockey jersey is fire. I almost bought one just to have it, but I don't know nobody on that team.
Why not?
I don't know nobody on the team, so I might have to get the custom joint with my name on the back.
With all that, buy what you want, because I'll tell you this: when the New Orleans Pelicans became a franchise, I didn't know who the fuck was on the team, but I bought a hat because I like the logo.
Got you. No, yeah, that logo is fire. That logo is fire. It is. So yeah, no, that Las Vegas Golden Knights hockey jersey, definitely one of them ones.
I feel you.
One of them ones for real.
I feel you. But no, that was off the dome, man. It's pretty much like, would you pretty much rather have Christian Bale's career or Leonardo DiCaprio's career? If it's
right. And then let us know, what do you think is the best or one of the best sports jerseys that you've ever seen. So let us know. Past or present.
Yes, sir. Man, there's a lot that we can talk about because we've been gone for 3 weeks. I think we'll start here LS game. Appreciate you guys for tapping in with us.
Word.
Kanye and Mario West has dominated the headlines. It's been plenty of things that he said, plenty of things that he's done.
Yeah.
We can start with the White Lives Matter T-shirt that was worn alongside Candace Owens in Paris Fashion Week, I want to say, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
believe so.
let's just start there and let's let our
where it go.
Yeah, let where it go. Johnny, what do you have to say about at least that part?
The moment I saw it, literally all I did was just shake my head. Like, it's Kanye. Nothing surprises me about anything Kanye does or says at this moment, right? And after shaking my head, I was like, all right, let me try to think through this logically. Because for whatever reason, we still, or at least me, I kind of still give Kanye West the benefit of the doubt, but I think I'm past that with certain other things that he said recently, but we'll get into that in a second. But Kanye West was at Paris Fashion Week. He had himself, Candace Owens, and then whoever else is wearing White Lives Matter shirts. I'm trying to understand the logic. Maybe this is implemented in the fashion show somehow, and I couldn't figure out why he would do something like this. Yeah. I couldn't. I tried and I couldn't, and it's wild.
Yeah. I don't. I'm kind of in that space with you. Like I don't go on the witch hunt with most people about Kanye West, and then again, I don't condone his bullshit either. I'm not sitting saying, well, if you got into his mind, and you know, like I'm not doing all that because this is the thing. Kanye has expressed to us that he's had mental illness, and he has expressed to us that he doesn't like taking his medication. So he's kind of leaned into like, I'm bipolar, and this is just what bipolar people do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of giving certain agency to Kanye to just say and do the outlandish things that, if you want to be completely honest, he's always done. Right. So when I saw the shirt, and I saw people having these think pieces, and I saw people resharing it, I just had nothing for it. I didn't want to give any energy to it. Yep. Honestly, I was just like, when is Adidas dropping the next pair?
And I think they announced some shit too. Like I see like some.
Now this is the thing. I think like we go get back to the serious stuff, but this all ties into the argument. I mean the talk that we had a few weeks ago about him ending his Adidas partnership. I think they're getting those Yeezys out the door because they're selling like it's like every week.
It's a new
a new color, like a new something. Like until the end of the year, like they're knocking out a whole bunch of pairs.
Really? Look. How many pair you go cop? Hey, that's okay. Be honest.
Hey man, look.
Cause look,
listen. If it wasn't my anniversary and we planning a vacation soon, I probably get two. I'd have got 2 pairs easily. But that's me though. Yeah. Like, and this is the thing. I can critique. Like, this is the thing. And we gonna go so many places.
No, we go. No, we here. Okay, we go. Okay. No, go. We there.
How can I critique somebody when I have their clothing, or when I support them in that way, right? Because I still listen to certain elements of Donda. I expressed this. I lost my mom, last year, so it's always gonna be like certain stuff of Donda that I'm a rock with. Yeah. So that's me still supporting. Yep. I'm gonna buy them damn shoes. Sorry. but it's like I like style and I like comfort. They give me two. It gives me twofold. So that's just me. But that doesn't mean I don't think what Kanye doing is dangerous either. Right. You get on these big platforms and you spew not hate, but you just spew these points that come off as articulate to some people, but it's very dangerous what you're doing because people hang on to his every word because of who he is. Right. He's a musical genius, an icon in pop culture, period. That's why these become these hot button issues every time he opens his fucking mouth. Exactly. That and the fact that he's saying some of the crazy stuff that he's saying or doing, like wearing the White Lives Matter t-shirt, right? Or going with Candace Owens, like that's come on, man. And I'm gonna let you get back to it. But go ahead. He's acknowledged the fact that he knows he's trolling too. So it's like, and that's the part that is like, okay, are you being bipolar today? Or are you playing with us because you didn't get what you wanted? Like, which one is it?
And I think it's the latter. And I think
That's it.
And I think that has been the case like for a while now, because not only is he going on our like the black platforms to go to say these crazy things, but he's also going to see the CNNs, Tucker Carlson, like he's going to these other platforms and talking crazy to them too. So I don't know what Kanye's end game here is, but it seems like he's literally trying to piss off every group of people there is in the United States, because he's going on a pissing off people tour. That's what it looks like. And I don't get it. I don't know,
man. Kanye just he's always been this person. We just chose to ignore it because he was seemingly on our side.
Yeah.
But that's because, remember when the industry wouldn't give him what he wanted and he didn't win the AMAs and he didn't, we thought the shit was cool then.
Right.
We thought it was cool.
Right. But nah.
He doing the same, it's doing it now, but it's just, it's an inverse, it's a inverse of some other shit. So it's like, I was listening to Gone the other day. You remember that song off of College Dropout with Cameron and Consequence?
You swear that, and I ain't talking about a cool jet. You a big gal, and that's
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
He said, "Oh God,
It's okay. It's gonna come. It's
ahead of my time. Sometimes years out. So the powers that be don't
let
let
me
me get my ideas out, and they may want me to be move to Oklahoma and live in my aunt's house. And like shit like that. I was like, sounds kind of prophetic. He said that in 2005.
Yep. Yeah. Real talk.
So he's still on that. They won't let me be me shit, and it's 2022, bro.
But we let him be him. But this shit is kind of chaotic.
No. We down here let him be him.
Ah, got you.
He wants to break into the fashion houses, and those are different rooms that me and your black ass can never even get close to. But Kanye can, and that's the problem. He gets this close, and they be like, you know what, you too much of a liability. But they picked one of his good friends, Virgil Abloh, rest in peace, and that was a problem for him even then. He became the creative director of Louis, not Kanye.
Right.
Kanye made it publicly known that he wanted that. He wanted the apprenticeship, but they didn't. They gave it to his friend.
But see, this goes back to my argument saying that, yeah, it probably would have taken him longer for it to get the notoriety that it has, but he could have done all of this on his own back when he was first getting started with this stuff.
I think if Kanye remained likable, because Pharrell does a lot of these things. You see Pharrell having all kind of sneaker collabs.
That's what I'm saying.
But Pharrell is likable. I hear what you're saying, but Pharrell likable though.
Pharrell is likable. You're right. No, it's true. It's true. I don't know, man. I'm at a point now with Kanye where it's like, I know the bullshit is coming. It's just a matter of when, right?
Yeah.
But that's not going to stop. So I've never purchased a pair of Yeezys. Of course, I still listen to Kanye West music because Kanye West made amazing fucking music. It's not going to stop me from doing the thing, like from listening to the music. Hell, they dropped like a mint color Yeezy or some shit. I don't know. Shit's
with the black stripe, right?
Again, listen.
with the black stripe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I know. I wanted to.
I never bought a pair of Yeezys, but no, them was about to get caught. Them was about to get caught, but I bought a pair of J's instead. But anyway, but look, like the things that Kanye has done and continues to do in the media, like y'all gonna allow him to continue to come to y'all platform, so the shit gonna keep happening, and ain't nothing I can do about that.
Exactly, and that's where we get to Drink Champs, right? Nori, Revolt TV, they got together and they have this big interview platform. We have talked about Drink Champs on this platform. We have celebrated Drink Champs on this platform. We have criticized Drink Champs on this platform.
Yep.
So this is coming from a fair space. Nori thought that he can handle what was going to come with that Kanye interview. It was cool before, you know what I'm saying? But you brought him on in the probably one of the lowest points of his career.
Yes.
Just of us viewing him as a person. And you remember that time Nori was crying on Twitter about them taking their people taking their interviews other places, and you should keep that stuff to the black platforms.
I do.
Oh. Okay. You may not.
this what you wanted?
You may ask for this, but you didn't really want this. Because there's no way. Like if you stood on what is, I hate that Nori took it down. Don't apologize now because you knew that he would say something outlandish because you can do all the pre-interviews, all the pre-talks that you want. But when people get in front of your face, the conversation always changes.
And this is my thing with that whole interview, right? Mm-hmm. From what I saw and what I read, Kanye and his team told Nori and their team, the Drink Champs team, to just let Kanye talk. Like, and if you telling me that you coming on my platform, no, the answer is no. I don't care who you are. Like, you can't just come on my platform and just say anything that you want to say. Mm-hmm. And the thing about Nori, at least from the clips that I saw of that interview, because I didn't watch the whole thing before they took it down, it's like Nori never, or at least in that particular interview, Nori didn't challenge anything that Kanye was saying. He was just literally letting him talk. Mm-hmm. Like when he mentioned the George Floyd stuff, not really dying from the knee being on his neck and fentanyl, Nori didn't say anything. He was like, he didn't challenge, he didn't say anything against what Kanye was saying. Mm-hmm. And that's insane to me. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. Well, the fact that Kanye even said that to begin with, and I think that's just Candace Owens being in his ear, right? Mm-hmm. But then the fact that Nori didn't push back or challenge any of that Kanye was saying was just crazy to me.
This was Nori's opportunity to prove to us that he can be the interviewer and the A mic and the lead of the show.
Yep. That
has all this love, money, and attention around it.
Word.
Right? And I mean, you dropped the ball on it. And I'm not saying this. I mean, Nori, you were pretty much gifted this platform, right?
Yeah.
We looked up Drink Champs was just a thing, and they kept making it a thing. I was like, okay.
Like, I picked up by Revolt, got more money behind it.
More money behind it. Now you get everybody on there. Cool. Yeah. And people just come on there and talk. It's not necessarily just saying like, oh, Nori's this great interviewer.
Yeah.
He's a personality. I'll give him that.
Definitely a personality. But as far as, I get to me, the best thing about Nori's interviews is like the this or that. It's like, you know, that part where he played the game with the artist or whoever's the person that he's interviewing. That's the best part to me because the interview questions themselves aren't really a thing. They just let the artist get drunk and talk, which is the extent of what Drink Champs is.
Like we always say, right? Drink Champs is literally a platform where an artist gets up there, they get comfortable, and they tell you industry secrets or a behind-the-scenes story that you never heard.
Yep.
Those are the highlights of Drink Champs.
Yep. It's true. It's true. So, I don't know. It's unfortunate that Kanye went on that platform and said those things about George Floyd, rest in peace. But it's as equally messed up that Nori didn't challenge what Kanye was saying, and once the interview dropped, Nori was excited about the views. He said, "I had more views than football," or something to that extent, right? But that backlash kept hitting, kept hitting to the point where
you gotta stand in it, man.
He had to go and apologize.
You should stand in it.
No, 100% because you were championing this shit. You allowed this shit to happen. The shit dropped. You were bigging it up even more after it dropped, even after seeing the backlash. And then when more backlash came, then you decided to walk all of it back and apologize and take it off of YouTube. So I don't know, man. This is a crazy series of events happening. Like that's crazy. Like that's insane. Man.
Speaking of crazy series of events and podcasts, that kind of goes together, right? JBP and Wallo and Rory are still at it, kind of going back and forth on the timeline. It's a lot that's been said. It's a lot that's been hurled back and forth on each respective platform. Johnny, do you have anything for that?
Okay, so I think all of this got rekindled when Saha was on Rory and Mal podcast, right? So I think toward the end of their interview, Saha mentioned Joe Budden. Basically, you know, the whole thing about Joe can't rap with him, whatever.
Okay.
And somehow that got into Rory and Mal saying how Joe Budden stole money from them. Mm-hmm. That's how all of this got started, right? Yeah. So from there, Joe Budden takes to his platform to say, "Hey, Mal, this is almost verbatim. I stole nothing from you." And I think he kind of kept it there. He kept it there in the response. Now, the response to the response from Mal, right?
It pains me. It pains me.
Like,
I know.
The fact that they even going back and forth now, it's been like, what, a year and some change since they all separated?
Easily, right?
Yeah, like, I don't know. So Mal's response was basically the same story. Hey, you stole from me. You never showed me the accounting. You never showed me the books. You're a thief, basically. And now we're here.
Yeah, man. This is almost a delicate situation, man. Like we talked about this in nauseum when it first happened. We talked about it a little bit after. Now we're back at it again.
Yep.
This is what happens when you fall out with friends over business. There's a lot of pain on both sides. I think Mal keep going with it. I think Joe tries to get past it, but I mean, I'm not picking sides at it, right? Mm-hmm. Because I listen to each platform here and there. I think, both of them have kind of tailed off a little bit to me. I'm not saying fall off. That's a very harsh term.
Right.
But I listen to JBP here and there. And then when I chime into Rory and Mal, I listen to them on YouTube. I don't hit play like on audio. Like I need the visual for me to watch that.
I got you.
But long story short, it's just like it's a lot of hurt being hurled around, and it seemingly is either one or two things. They really don't like each other, or it's all promo. It's
you think it's promo? Interesting.
Like it's kind of like, come on, man. Like why would Mal? Like I feel like this. I couldn't really have any more beef with you when I got the money over here. But then it kind of leans back to the conversation that me and you had just about Leonardo and Christian Bale, right? Listen, y'all got a bag from whoever the fuck gave y'all that money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gave y'all a big bag.
It's true. 8 figures, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, what? Yeah. We ain't heard nobody drop a bag on Joe Budden, so it's kind of like you're winning. Y'all get a lot of people to come through Rory and Mal.
This is true.
So
this is true.
It's not people play the numbers game, but listen, they're getting people pumped. Like the money is being pumped into their show. That matters.
It's true. It's true. And I guess from that standpoint, I can't understand why. And I guess I'm kind of just directing this at Mal. I don't understand why Mal would want to continue to go back and forth with Joe Budden, because in the whole midst of that breakup, which was kind of ugly, right? Mm-hmm. Rory and Mal, they landed
perfectly.
Like they could not have landed any better, right? They got the bag, they got they whole joint up and running, like the whole podcast. They doing oh my god,
international,
man! What international tours? They doing sketches. Like I think they landed great. This shit, they landed beautifully. So I don't understand why they would want to, after a year and some change, right, go back to having the beef with Joe Budden, because they know Joe Budden's going to respond. They know that. And then somebody brought this up too on the timeline. If Mal is, and I guess Rory and Mal, if they are so hurt that Joe Budden was really stealing from them, why don't they take him to court? Why? I guess try to handle it. Well, I guess it's not really the street way because it's over podcast. But
right.
Why try to handle it?
Nobody's street guy.
Right, exactly. So if you really felt like Joe Budden stole, why not just take it to court? Why not do that?
That's a fair point.
Because that's how you handle the business. If somebody really stole from you,
exactly,
go for it.
Exactly.
So and that's kind of where I leave it, because the most recent response from Joe this past weekend, Joe said that he provided like all the accounting and the numbers and all that stuff to them.
See, the story keeps changing, and that's where I was just like, you know what? Can everybody just go back to their respective corners and pie?
Man, right.
Just pie.
Right. Because at this point, what else can really be done? If you're not going to take him to court to try to get the money he allegedly stole from you, what are we doing?
It's no point, especially when they out here giving out bags for podcasts. And speaking of somebody getting a fucking bag,
man, what?
For podcasting, allegedly, right? We know somebody got a big contract, a lucrative contract from Barstool corporation, Barstool Sports or whatever. Willie, I said Willie and Gallo. Wallo and Gillie. Wow.
I love it. No, that's great.
Wallo and Gillie, $1 million worth of game podcast, allegedly got $100 million. I don't know if they paying $100 million out here for podcasting, but I'm not mad at these two gentlemen for getting their bag. Johnny, what do you have for this?
First of all, we're going to allegedly give a round of applause because 100 M's off a podcast? Listen, okay. I know it's probably not 100 M's, but the fact that may be even the number means that they got a decent amount, right? So
they got 8 figures.
Yeah,
give them
we'll give them that. And we ain't talking about the tens either. We talking about more than that. So we just going to run with the 100 million just because that's what's floating out there, right?
Yeah.
So, again, I want to shout out Wallo. I did the same shit. I want to shout out Wallo and Gillie, right? Yep. Because the fact that they've been able to stick with Barstool Sports for as long as they have, because they've been with them for a minute, right?
I think it seems like from the ground floor, it feels like.
Right. So the fact that they've been able to be with Barstool for as long as they have, and it doesn't seem like they have any issues with Barstool because a lot of the podcasts that we've seen that have joined networks, both indie and I guess they're like the top podcasts. Yeah. We've seen that a lot of them have had issues with the people that they've signed contracts to. So the fact that they haven't even had any issues with Barstool, I think is great, especially with Barstool being kind of like a white platform. So I think that's dope as hell. The fact that they've been able to sustain themselves for this long in order to garner this amount of money is dope. Is just really dope. So I'm happy to see it, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to see it too, man. Especially for Wallo. No shot or shade to Gillie, but it's just his story being who he what he used to be and where he used to be at, and being in prison and all those things, and then working your way up, and then now he's like a motivational speaker almost on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And then like it's like I champion all of it, but it's just something about Wallo's story that makes it, hit a little bit more home for me. You know what I'm saying? Because Gillie been in the industry for years, so I'm not saying that he's broke or I don't really know where to go with that, but it's just like Wallo pretty much being Gillie's homeboy, but Wallo seemingly came out of nowhere to me.
Right, I got you.
I always heard of Gillie, Gillie the Kid in some facet,
So
I think it's dope. They showed them signing their contract on Instagram. I thought it was dope. And then the thing is, I just pray that this partnership lasts, because I think Gillie is like the wild card. Gillie is almost a problem child. God damn it, Gillie could be the person that kind of sinks the ship because he beefs with everybody.
I got you.
Like, you got a problem with Turk, you got a problem with Lil Wayne still, you got a problem with Rick Ross, you got a problem with Gillie runs his mouth.
Wow.
Like, if you Charleston White, I guess you got a problem with it too, but Charleston White is an internet personality.
Yeah,
so that really doesn't matter. But this
different.
Is the thing. It's always Gillie though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the common denominator here is Gillie. And if the issues that you keep having with these people in the industry is
That's a good point. And I hope, they've been able to sustain this long, right? But what I'm hoping is the money that they get now doesn't like go to his head to the point where he start beefing even more with these people or beefing with more people to where it damages the brand and damages what they got going, because clearly what they got going is working. Because
you don't want like $1 million worth of game, seemingly to me, is kind of like another Drink Champs, right? Mm-hmm. Both of those guys, I think they asked a certain like level of questions, like OG questions, especially when they got like the younger artists on there. Yeah. But if those people stop coming, what type of show do you have?
Yep. No, that's a good point. And I guess the difference between $1 million worth of game and I think all the other platforms that are similar, they interview a lot of the younger acts, like
where a lot of people don't.
Right, mm-hmm. right. So I hope they're able to continue that, and I hope it doesn't get to the point, like you said, where Gillie becomes that wild card and he just like upend everything, because this is major. Yeah. Not only for them, but for the downstream of all other black podcasts, honestly, because this is dope.
Pretty much.
That's dope as hell, man. Again, man. Come on, man. Shout out to them, 'cause that's dope.
take it down to Jackson State University because they're a partnership with Barstool as well. Coach Prime had a recent interview with 60 Minutes, and a good question came up. We're going to try to talk about everything, but a good question came up, and he was asked directly, if a Power 5 school made him an offer to coach, would he entertain it? And he said yes. Johnny, what do you have for that? Well, if I quote his words, he said he'd be a fool not to entertain it.
He'll be a fool not to entertain it, right? When I first read that, I agree. Like, of course he'd be a fool not to. Duh, that's like it makes perfect sense, right? But now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, would he be a fool to entertain it? Yeah, I think so. But to me, that would mean that coaching college football was all about the money. Like the things that he's doing or has done and is continuing to do for Jackson State currently is phenomenal. Like we've had conversations about this, like even before he even became Jackson State head coach, when we were anticipating top 5 4-star recruits going to HBCUs. We've been talking about this for a few years now, right?
Yep.
But the fact that we're actually here, we're in it, like we're seeing it happen. I do applaud Deion Sanders for what he's doing at Jackson State. I do, because they're doing an amazing job, and they're undefeated so far this year. Like I think it's great. But with that being said, if Deion Sanders decided to go to a Power 5 school, what was it really about when you came to Jackson State? Because as soon as Deion leaves, all the fanfare that we see HBCUs getting now, especially at Jackson State, I think it's going to slowly fade back to how it was before he even, became Jackson State's head coach. So that's kind of where my brain is. If he does begin to get approached by these Power 5 schools, yeah, he'll entertain it. Again, like he said, he'll be a fool not to. But if he actually decides to go, he's leaving behind years of work that he's put in for Jackson State and HBCUs as a whole. Yeah,
that's always been my plight and my argument against Deion even being there, because Deion has always proven to me, speaking for me, that he's always about Deion Sanders, and I haven't seen any other inkling of that before throughout his career. Right?
Got you.
And I'm not saying he's selfish, but it's kind of like a Kanye thing. He loves himself. he loves Deion Sanders. Yeah. If don't nobody else love Deion, Deion loves Deion, right? But no, I took the time to actually watch the entire interview, and he did shed a lot of light on his salary, the hard work he has to put in, the relationships between him and his players, the relationship between the school and the city itself, the relationships between blacks and HBCUs, and how this does benefit the kids. So he did a good job. He's a great salesman. So it made me kind of back off my criticisms. But the thing about HBCUs, and you can attest to this because you just went to homecoming, it's a certain feeling that you get when you go on campus.
100%.
It's not electric. It's just something that's just kind of like it's kind of like you feel like your ancestors pulling at you. Like it's just something that, and it's a family, it's a fraternity, it's this, it's that, I got professors that I ain't talked to in years. I can probably call them. They'll recognize who I am.
Yep.
Like that's something that an HBCU can provide for you. And the most famed coaches and the best professors are the ones that stay.
That's right.
The ones that stay.
That's right.
So Deion can have a short-term success, but what is it going to do in the long run? Is he going to coach 20 years? No. He's already 50. And then, respectfully, he is sickly too. That's why he uses the scooter. So he had toes amputated, he had a chunk of his leg cut off, and this is one of the best athletes we ever seen.
Right. So
$500,000 for the work and the notoriety that he's given to this school, you can't even put a price tag on it. He deserves more.
Yeah.
But
it's HBCU, and they can't afford to pay him like they pay Nick Saban.
Exactly, they can't. And this is the thing with any coach that sustains like a long-term success or even a great success window, it's going to be hard to replicate and replace.
Oh, 100.
Like you just said, like it's going to be hard to replicate and replace that.
Definitely.
So Deion can go down there. He can win all the SWAC championships, all that. Even get the national eyes down there, Barstool Sports, all these sponsorships for HBCUs and the SWAC as a whole. But if and when he leaves, what happens then?
Yep. Because honestly, the second he decides to go, it's gonna be a drop off. Like all the fanfare that the SWAC and Jackson State and HBCUs has gotten over the last 3 or so ish years. It's been amazing to see. Like it's been great to see, honestly. But the moment he decides to leave, all of that, I feel like all of that is going away. All of it is going away, and that's unfortunate that that's going to happen. But that's just the reality of it. Now, I do want to ask you: do you think there is a length of time period that Deion Sanders can stay at Jackson State and continue to do the things that he's doing, to where it will sustain after he leaves? Because he got hired in 2020-ish, somewhere around there.
Probably something like that.
Yeah. So he got hired in 2020. How long would it take for Deion Sanders to stay to do what he's doing in order for all the work that he's doing to sustain itself? Or do you think it can happen?
No. And the reason I'm saying is not because it's HBCU. I'm just looking at, like, I used the coaching example. It just happens. If you don't have like a system in place where people just want to come there.
Yeah.
Like you see the Power 5 school struggling. Like I'm gonna use, let's say Miami, right?
Okay.
Shouldn't be hard to get nobody to go to Miami, right?
Right.
Like they have great football talent in the state of Florida, let alone in Miami.
Right.
But Miami trash. You know what I'm saying? It has to have the infrastructure. You have to have the boosters. You have to have the AD. You have to have the right coach. All these things matter. All those pieces matter. And if you can't lock down that.
Yeah.
And then the NIL money coming in, like it's cool, but how much money can you get from being at Jackson State, respectfully? You know what I'm saying? When it's not it's becoming that national brand.
Right.
It's becoming that, at least in HBCU land, like the brand has changed in the past 15 years, if you ask me.
And what's crazy was I agree with that. It's I hate to say this, but it seems as if Jackson State is getting on the same HBCU notoriety as Howard or Spelman, Morehouse. Like
they're there.
That's
like, give them that, because Rick Ross is down at Jackson State homecoming.
Fam, I just seen that Castor P Valley was on the field with Deion Sanders.
See?
Like
stuff like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, I mean, yes, Deion Sanders would be a fool not to entertain Power 5 coaching jobs. But if he actually decides to take one of those, HBCU sports or HBCUs, like, we're going to get the short end of the stick again. And that's really the nature of it. So, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? So
I don't know. That's interesting. Did you see that Drake came out at Morehouse's homecoming?
I did. I saw a clip.
Yeah, like that's just random as hell, right?
Super random.
But Drake done had 15 years to go to an HBCU.
Look,
now you pulling up, because you know why? It's album rollout time, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Album rollout, baby. I always question Aubrey, even though I'm probably an admiral in the Aubrey Angels, but still, I gotta call him. I gotta call him.
You gotta call it like
you
see it, bro.
Gotta call it like you see it. This album rollout time, baby. Like 21 Savage was performing at the Spell House homecoming, and he invited his good friend, good pal, Drake,
comrade
Drake, his rap buddy, right, to come out and spit a few tunes for the crowd. Great surprise, right? Imagine you going to see 21, then Drake just pops out, right?
That's crazy.
Dope. But they have an album coming out. What's the name of the album?
I was just for the ass. I don't remember.
It's something.
Some goofy. Let's see. Wait. Maybe we should ask Siri. Drake and 21 Savage album title. Cause I just saw it. But yeah,
But
while Ralph.
We
No, I got it. Find him.
What's that?
Her Loss.
Oh, okay. Certainly never mind Her Loss. That's the name of the dance album.
Honestly, never mind.
Oh, honestly, never mind. My bad. Oh, Certified Lover Boy. Honestly, never mind Her Loss.
Interesting.
I seen that in a tweet. I was like, what? Now that makes sense. I was like, what?
That's crazy.
Niggas being cryptic out here, but that don't mean the albums was good. The first two that we talked about.
I was about to say, and this one,
that would be genius if this
it
was like
would
a
be.
trilogy. I'm like, hey, yeah, like this is great. No,
it don't matter.
No.
And
then the best song off of Honestly Never Mind was the joint with 21.
where he actually rapped, and nobody was dancing. And you know this not gonna be a dance album with 21 Savage on it. No. Could you imagine 21 Savage on one of them Honestly Never Mind beats talking about guns?
That's right. Gang shit. That's all I'm on. Like, I was like, what? But no, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm overly excited for it, but this is something that I'll definitely click play on. Shout out to Drake, staying relevant, hooking up with certain artists, kind of like the Jay-Z method.
I was just finna say that too.
Mm-hmm. Like, listen, you know, I'm Captain Whole Venger too, but I call that too. Like, Jay will hitch his wagon to somebody quick,
and I mean, excuse me, he needed Drake needed after 2 albums. He needed. A lot of men say he don't.
But why 21 though?
That I don't know.
Now that's the interesting question, and I don't think that this like helps 21 in that way. Like, oh my God.
Right, 21. No, I agree.
It's kind of, I think it's kind of like in that same space where, remember when Future and Drake kind of made the album? It was, I think it was a mutual thing. And this does feel kind of mutual. Like, I don't think 21 ain't, I don't think 21's helping Drake.
No.
But I feel like it's a mutual benefit for both.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't see, because Drake needs that ear to the streets all the time. Like, he always needs to be.
I think this is going to benefit Drake more than 21. And honestly, for the reason you just gave, like 21 Savage can announce a solo album just like they just did and be straight. I don't think Drake will be the same because of the last 2 albums that he's put out.
Nah.
I mean, I don't know. That's just me though. You don't think so?
I mean, Drake is Drake.
You think Drake?
I think Drake's star power always overrides any bullshit album that he's gonna drop, right?
Okay.
Like, cause Certified Lover Boy, it went through so many. Like, remember Scorpion? It went through so many changes. It came out lackluster. Certified Lover Boy came out. We was like, but it's still Drake. Honestly, never mind.
Random as hell.
And random as hell. Niggas still found a way to like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's like Drake is at that point, right?
Yeah.
We're past getting like a solid Drake album that we're gonna just say, hey, this is Drake putting his foot in the ass of some music, right?
Gotcha.
I think that's just done. But 21, still kind of early in his game. I think his last album was very well received. Was it I Was, like that joint? I think that was the last album.
I believe so.
So I think it does. I think it's just a mutual benefit, but 21 definitely benefits more. I mean, I think it's mutual. I still think it's mutual. I'm not going to do 21.
You think they tour? Didn't they tour for this? Drake didn't do it, honestly. No, that just came out this year. So, no, he didn't do a tour.
No.
Do you think they tour off of this album?
No.
Okay.
No.
And it may not be wise of them to tour next year anyway, because Beyonce and Rihanna are supposed to be going on tour in 23.
Look, Drake can do whatever he wants. And I think Drake is even scaling it back because remember we had this in the rundown at least a few weeks ago, Drake doing that solo show at Apollo.
Oh, Apollo, right.
You see him popping up at just like random places,
places,
random smaller venues. Is Drake doing the B-sides? Let me know. I'll pull up to a Drake B-side. Like I'll fuck with an Aubrey B-side. You know what I mean?
I ain't mad at that. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. It comes out this Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be hitting play on it too.
Yeah.
Just because it's random as hell.
Well,
nobody was expecting this.
Before we took our break, fourth quarter didn't seem as promising.
It's true.
Then we got hit with a few albums, a few mixtapes, a few projects.
Few
now
announcements.
We got this. Yeah, a few announcements. So we'll get to that next week, definitely on a new music segment. But right now, Blurred Talk, Blurred segment. We got to get into this Marvel, DCEU. It's so much stuff that happened. Let me ask you this, because I really have nothing for it. Did you watch Black Adam?
Not yet.
Okay, me.
Did you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, cool.
That's why I asked you. I was like, have you seen it?
Not yet.
I've heard mixed reviews, but I'll save that for when I actually see it.
Yeah, I'll probably go see it before next Sunday. So we could talk about it next week if you get a chance.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know, because there's so much MCU stuff. We can talk about Wakanda Forever, but I think people know what we think about Wakanda Forever. Let's talk about this. I think you've seen it, and I don't know if we talked about it between us. You seen Blade got pushed back, right?
Yes, I did.
You want to discuss that?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Right.
Marvel has pushed back the Daywalker film Blade, starring Mahershala Ali for a fucked up script. They fired the director. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But Johnny, what do you have for this?
Okay. This movie has had all kind of issues. First, let's just start there. Okay, so apparently Mahershala Ali, who's playing Blade,
Strike one.
Damn, did not like the script.
Strike two.
Apparently, it was 90 minutes and only had 2 fights, two action scenes.
Strike fucking 3.
So with those 3 strikes, right, the director is out. So the director has been fired. They got a whole new writing team rewriting the entire script. Strike 4. Like strike 4, right? So now that this movie has been delayed, it has pushed back every movie after that.
Yes, sir.
We were supposed to get the next 2 Avengers movies in the same year. We're not getting that anymore. I honestly have no idea what to say about this. And the fact that they have people rewriting this entire script means that Blade is playing an integral part. They didn't just scrap the movie. They didn't push the movie past the second Avengers movie. This movie plays an integral part in the next couple phases.
They could have easily did the Black Adam thing, right? We just will put this film out and rework everything else, right?
Right.
Like the DC thing, right? I've been saying it. It's like, look, I want, like, this is the thing, right? I've been so hopelessly optimistic about everything Marvel and everything, MCU. Mm-hmm. I've given so much grace, but when you see the bullshit playing out in front of your face, I can't do that no more. And I always push back when I saw Mahershala being Blade. I'm not saying you should have went and got Wesley, but like, hey, he ain't too far off from being Wesley's age.
Right. Damn.
And then, like, hey, it's been ways that you can incorporate Wesley. Like, they didn't call Wesley. They didn't even give a fuck about Wesley. Like, look,
right.
We got Patrick Stewart coming back as Professor X in certain aspects. You got Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine again. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could, and then in this era of multiverse where we got duality of characters, you could have had Wesley come back, but they didn't talk to him. So this is the karma. And then we'll get to the She-Hulk writing and maybe our YouTube video, but I think that Marvel writers are they not being paid enough? Like hold on, a Blade film with 2 action sequences is nasty.
It's super nasty.
It's super disgusting because no matter what, we're always gonna compare whatever version of the Blade that we get in the MCU to the '98 film. There's no way around it. The '98 film is damn near, I would say, a classic top tier superhero vampire film.
It's true.
Is that?
It's true.
It's one of them ones.
It's true. It's true.
Like, we'll leave it just Blade 1. Like, we ain't gonna talk about
yeah, we ain't gonna do the whole trilogy, right. But I can't believe that. Well, I can believe that they pushed I can believe they pushed Blade back. That I can believe. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that made them push the rest of the movies that were announced for phases 5 and 6 back as well. That has major implications to me. Like, this movie seems like it's very important to the story. So I hope y'all get y'all shit together. Or if not, y'all just have to cancel this shit.
Look at this, right? We've only gotten 1 cameo, which was off camera.
Yeah, right.
We didn't ask for that.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was dope. It happened. The Werewolf by Night, you think he would have been included or referenced in some way in that?
Right.
Didn't happen.
Right.
From what I know, right? Because I watched it, I wasn't really entertained. I was like,
I was just going to ask you. Really? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And we at some point we got to talk about these special presentations too, because that's a whole nother version of shit that they doing for MCU. But
I thought that would have been the prime opportunity. It's like, hey, okay, we got this, this vampire here.
Oh right,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's what I mean by that. It was alright.
They kind of did that.
I ain't watching it again.
They kind of did that in She-Hulk, but all right, never mind. that's funny. So yeah, Blade has been pushed to September 6th, 2024, when it was supposed to come out November of 2023.
Deadpool coming out in like 2024.
Yeah, that also got pushed back. So I think that was supposed to come out in September of 24, but now it's coming out in November of 24.
2 months later. That's crazy.
And now Fantastic Four is coming out February of 25.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, don't get y'all hopes up too high for that Fantastic Four film.
Why you say that?
Listen, didn't we just talk about the director getting switched out for that?
Yes.
Like, look, man.
Oh my!
I can't be optimistic no more. Every move matters to me. That's why I was so gun ho about Wakanda Forever. I was like, every move matters. Y'all been messing up too much for me.
Speaking of Wakanda Forever, supposedly 2 hours and 41 minutes. How you feel about it?
That's cool. It better be good. That's all I care about. Like, listen. I have my critiques. I stand on this side of certain things, and I've said these things. I want the film to be good.
Yeah.
And I'm not sitting here wanting the film to fail so I can come in here and say, I was right. No.
That's not what you want.
Like, I want it to be good.
Yeah.
And I just want everything available to make it a great film. That's all. That's where all my passion comes from.
Got you.
I want this to be a good film.
With that being said, tickets are copped.
Oh, yeah. I got mine today.
Me too.
Like, yep, let me go and get it. I'm going to see it Thursday.
I usually don't go to Thursday showings.
But I'm going.
But I'm there, baby.
I'm making it click.
I'm there, baby. Wait, time out. Or are you going dressed up in all white?
Nah, I ain't doing
okay.
Ain't that serious.
We definitely not doing that. I'll cop me a hoodie or something, a Black Panther hoodie or something. Like but I ain't dressing up in all white. But y'all can keep that.
We've seen plenty of clips. Another trailer's come out since me and you have recorded. A clip has come out. More intel about the film and the plot has come out. Are your expectations heightened, or are you still at the same space?
My expectations are slightly heightened, only for Ironheart, Riri Williams.
Okay.
Seeing her suit in action, not knowing if that's like her final suit, maybe that's her Mark I armor, I don't know. But seeing her in it and flying around kind of got me a little hyped. I ain't gonna lie about it. Yeah. Also, in the blogs and reading on the timeline and stuff, just a rumor. I don't know if this is true or not, but Namor may not be the actual antagonist of the movie. He possibly could be getting puppeteered by Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom could be the one feeding him the information to attack Wakanda. Again, I do not know if that's true, but if it is, I think that's fire. And that's a fire way to introduce Dr. Doom into the MCU. So, just throwing that out there. If that's a thing, that's dope. If not, Namor is still going to be a fire villain. So, I'm cool with that.
I'm rocking with it. I mean, all that stuff that came, and I was just like, okay, I'm taking my foot off the gas of criticism. But
hey, now our whole episode that Sunday might be Black Panther review.
That's fine. But I'm just, hey, look,
we got a few weeks, man.
I know. But no, I mean, I think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid again.
Yeah.
And I don't get mad if this shit trash. But it's like it still has a different feel compared to like the Thor previews, all of Eternals, all Phase 4 joints. It feels different.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a different TLC into this movie that the other movies did not get. So that's why I'm like, okay, all right, it should be cool.
Gotcha.
It should be cool. So
all right, last thing, we kind of glossed over it, but Deadpool 3 was announced. Hugh Jackman is coming back to play Wolverine. How you feel about it?
Cool, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too.
It's cool.
Listen, Logan was a fire way to end the Wolverine franchise, and he's back. So
and they go do multiverse hopping. He go come back and get him before he died and all that. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm waiting on y'all to recast Wolverine. I want to see what you do.
Yeah, I agree.
That's if you prove to me you actually with it. Like recast him.
I have a theory about Secret Wars. I feel like and I don't know if we talked about this. I don't know if I mentioned this to you yet or not, but I feel like every Marvel character across every movie studio will have a cameo in Secret Wars, because we're doing multiverse and variants and all this kind of stuff. I just feel like every version of a Marvel character we've seen will probably end up somehow in Secret Wars.
Well, that's a strong possibility, because think about the final battle in Endgame, right?
Yep,
that's very possible.
And that's what I was thinking about, because the final battle in Endgame, just think about the scale of what that was, right? Gotta go bigger. Gotta go bigger. And what other way can you go bigger than?
So basically, when they announced that Robert Downey Jr. signs his contract for a 3-film appearance or some shit like that,
they already rumoring it right now.
They can't
coming back.
That's the problem, man. We can't ever be surprised. Like we damn near know the plot for Black Panther, and that shit comes out in 3
Right.
Like we know everything that's about to happen, but
true.
yet are we gonna be surprised?
It's true.
And it's like when it doesn't follow those fan theories, you're like, oh, like
Yeah. So I don't know, man. We gonna see Black Panther in a few weeks. Yep. Ralph didn't like Werewolf by Night.
Nah, not for real.
That's where we at with the comic book shit, man.
Pretty much, man.
And we'll be back with Black Adam in another week or so.
Yeah, we got y'all. But hey, we have reached the end of our docket. Johnny, what you got for him?
If you are on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long.
Yep.
We back. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends and family. Hit that comment section. Let us know what you think about any of the topics we talked about today. We'll catch y'all next week. Now,
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.